Hello everybody, I hope that you are good. I just posted a tweet now in Twitter saying that my idea for the second part of this projection was wrong and it's invalidated, and that's okay. This is the only way to move forward. Sometimes you have to acknowledge that you are wrong, just remove all your drawings and make a new plan. That's the only way as a trader to be profitable. If you think that the market is wrong and your ego is very big, then you're not gonna be able to make money in the long term in this game. So that's fine. We've been nailing the market for quite some time, but sometimes the crystal ball gets cloudy. It's a joke. Anyway, now we got this part of the prediction right, which was Monday's false move to the upside. Okay, and we were expecting, to be honest, continuation to the downside to fail this week. We've been talking about the weekly psychological pattern with a midweek reversal, usually on Wednesday or Thursday. But I was betting on the idea that we will see that reversal to the upside on Thursday after we failed at least the 50% of this week. So that was my idea. Obviously, you can see that it didn't play out because yesterday we saw this pump from here. I'll tell you, you have to always keep the good things. And the good thing that I get from this is that some followers were telling me, CrypNuevo, there are some weeks in the 1 hour time frame, check it out. And this is very positive because obviously it means that you guys are learning, and this is also what I plan. I want to have a community that is educated because sometimes I can miss some things and then you guys can tell me and I can check it out and we help each other with the trading, okay? So that's a good thing. And you can see in this zone over here that we were at the lows of this drop from here. You can see some weeks to the downside here, okay? Check those weeks, but price is not progressing any further. And usually when you see this, it means that the market maker doesn't have the intention to continue pushing price lower, and they are building their longs with these weeks, okay? Then you have this green candle here, okay? Check this one. You have this green candle here after you see all these weeks telling you, okay, we're shifting out of this zone, we're moving in up. So that would be a good zone to go long. Then from this point, if you notice, they continue pushing the price up. Now, if you check this, there is something quite similar, okay? We're seeing something very similar here. If you check this zone, you can see, again, all these weeks to the upside, okay? But price is not continuing higher. Why? Are they doing exactly the same thing? Are they building shorts now? That's the only thing. Also, we have here the daily 50 MA. Let's mark that, okay? So the daily 50 MA, it's around 27,677. Could we see a stop hunt towards this area? Maybe. Why not? Okay, but I'll tell you, this is looking pretty heavy. It's looking pretty heavy, and I think they probably are gonna drop from here. If you check here, this last candle, okay, that at the end goes up, you can see that the wick goes below the previous ones, okay? So that's another stop hunt. Now, that's what the only thing that it tells me that we could see again something similar, okay? That it would be something like this. But with so many weeks, to be honest, now the New York session is gonna start now in 1 hour. I don't know if it's gonna drop from here, because if you notice here, you have some liquidity pools, okay? You have this one that they are recovering now, but you also got this one over here, for example, okay? Or even here at the lows, you have even this zone here, okay? So why not? Maybe we see today some kind of range and they drop it again. Ideally, I'm gonna be waiting, okay? Because I haven't entered yet. I could have entered here, to be honest, but I haven't entered yet. So I'm gonna wait until the New York session to see what happens. I'm gonna have now a look at the dollar index, at the liquidation heat maps, and make a plan, okay? First, I wanna go to the dollar index. Because if you notice, hang on, let's go back to Bitcoin. Yesterday, Bitcoin was pumping from, this is Wednesday at 2 p.m., okay? Let's go now to the dollar index. The dollar index, if you notice, is doing the same. It's going up. So this is not making any sense. Why is Bitcoin and the dollar index going up at the same time? Look at this candle in the dollar index, okay? It's not making much sense if you notice, to be honest. I mean, let's check yesterday at 2. I mean, to be honest, if you check yesterday at 2, the dollar index was retracing. Okay, so that could explain yesterday's Bitcoin pump. But now, if you notice Thursday, it's been pumping. Okay, it's pumped. How much is this? 0 to 50%. Okay, and if we go to Bitcoin again, let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is not dropping. No, they're holding in this zone over here. Let's find Thursday. So from here, okay, Bitcoin is still holding. So you have the dollar index going up and Bitcoin holding here. So that seems a bit weird to me, okay? I'll try to figure that out, but the normal thing to see here is to see Bitcoin dropping. So is this showing that Bitcoin is, has some strength at the moment, some momentum, or is it just some manipulation? That's what I'm gonna now check the liquidation heat maps. Let's have a look what we can find there, okay? Okay, we're in Hablo Capital. I will check the 12-hour time frame really quickly to see if there is something very interesting. Because usually, you see, it looks quite messy. There is liquidity pretty much everywhere. But you can see that there is a yellow bar at 27,500. Fair enough. And if we go to the 7 days time frame, maybe this chart can tell us a bit more information. Okay, you can see quite a lot of liquidity at 27,800. That's basically, if you notice when this bar goes more yellow, okay, it's as we are, hitting all these wicks to the upside. It's like a resistance zone. So you can see how traders are opening shorts in this zone over here, and there are liquidations right above it. So that's why it could execute a stop hunt. Okay, maybe we can see a stop hunt. That's why I cannot dismiss the idea. Even if it's looking pretty heavy, and we think, it might drop again and make a Bart Simpson pattern, there is still a possibility that we see a stop hunt today. Okay, that's why I would recommend to wait until the New York session opens. See if they set a stop hunt. If they set a stop hunt to 27,800-ish, that would be right above the daily 50 MA. Then you want a quick rejection from there, okay, without leaving a wick to the upside. Because if they leave a wick to the upside, that means the price will go again to the 50%, which then if you see a wick and a rejection, then you can place, for example, a short limit order the 50% of the wick, and then price would eventually go down, and that's what at least you would expect, okay? Where to? Potentially to the next liquidations, 26,400, okay? So let's wait until the New York session. That's my plan for today, okay? Again, it's not financial advice. That's, I'm trying to figure out what plan I'm gonna do today. Now, if you go to the 1 month time frame, you can see that there was this high at 30,000. Again, many weeks to the upside, and price came down. I mean, so let me ask you a question. Could we be seeing exactly the same right now? This is obviously in higher time frame, but maybe we're seeing the same right now in lower time frame. Maybe we see now price going down, okay, and then we're gonna come back up to this zone, okay. So would it mean that maybe now we could, for example, go to, I don't know, 26,400 and then push again to 27,800? Why not? These are the kind of things you have to think about, because what happens in lower time frame happens in higher time frame, and what happens in higher time frame also happens in lower time frame. And this looks pretty similar to what we are seeing today in lower time frame, okay? Doesn't mean that it's gonna play out exactly the same. That's why I'm gonna go back to the charts now and see if I can figure something out. Yes, I think that today I'm gonna favor again shorts. I'm gonna favor the idea that we might be seeing a Bart Simpson pattern here. That's what I'm gonna favor, because I can see some imbalances over here, okay, in this zone, in this zone, in this zone, and this one that is gonna get filled probably soon. But again, if we, for example, see something like this, a drop, okay, here, and then we see a quick bounce, then that's gonna be a good moment to think that maybe we see a stop hunt over here, okay, and then a drop. So that's pretty much what I have now in my head. I think that the Bart Simpson pattern today, it's very likely. Keep an eye on that. Also, don't dismiss the idea of a potential stop hunt, maybe to test the daily 50 MA. Hopefully we can see some kind of, deviation like this. They can hit all these liquidations that we saw on the 7 days time frame and then drop. But for now, it's looking pretty heavy, okay? And all these weeks remind me of what we saw, for example, here, okay? Or what we saw, for example, in this zone over here, okay? So be very careful. I recommend you guys, or this is what I'm doing at least, to wait until the New York session starts, see their intentions. And if we see, do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be obviously happier if we see a pump first. Because if we see a pump first, this is basically telling me that I can get a better entry. Okay. Now, if they start dropping from here, okay, and we start to lose these levels over here, then yes, you can join here. For example, you can scalp this zone, you can scalp this zone, another take profits, for example, here. But obviously, if they start pumping from here, then you couldn't take a position here, another one at 27,800, okay, and that would give you a better entry for this potential move later, okay? So that's what I'm keeping an eye on today. Favoring lower prices still, okay? Let me check the 50 MA in the 1 hour time frame. We are below it, okay? See, for example, this is what I mean. If we test the 50 MA and we hold it, then why not? We could see another push up. But if we go to the 4 hour time frame, it's not looking that great because it seems like we are losing, okay? We are losing the 50 MA. I mean, still we got, I would say 2 hours and 45 minutes for this candle to finish. So I'm gonna guide myself more with the 1 hour time frame for now, because that 4 hour time frame candle just started, okay? So I'm gonna keep an eye on the 50 MA in the daily, in the 1 hour time frame, sorry. If we can hold here, okay, and we see some kind of these moves, you know, then then the 50 MA should continue pushing price higher. Maybe then we can see our lovely stop hunt. We can enter in the stop hunt and then drop, okay? So that's what I'm keeping an eye on. Is this a week? Hang on. This is actually a week. We haven't recovered this week, have we? Sorry, let me check this. We haven't actually recovered this week, and the top of the week matches with the daily 50 MA. So that would be, for example, that would be my entry point if we see a stop hunt. I would definitely enter here at 27,665-ish, because you have here the daily 50 MA, the 100% of the week. That could be a good reversal. And if we see, you know, a spike up over here, then that would be another good entry point to hit all those liquidations. But that's only in the case that we see New York holding the 50 EMA in the 1 hour time frame, which is this purple line, you know, and then that could give you the idea that we're gonna see the stop hunt. Otherwise, if we lose this and we test the resistance, then yes, we're gonna see price, you know, going lower and filling these imbalances over here. So I think that this is a good setup for today. We have, you know, about around 45 minutes is to start to see some action in the charts, see their intentions. If the 1 hour 50 MA holds, then get ready for the stop hunt. If we lose it, get ready for these imbalances. That's today's Bitcoin analysis in a nutshell. Okay, it depends on the 50 MA, potential stop hunt, or retrace these liquidity pools. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.